On the go? So are we. Get the IBJ Media app, your all-in-one news source for Indiana business news. Get breaking news alerts, read every story from IBJ, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Lawyer, and listen to your favorite podcasts all in one place. Big news, small screen. Search IBJ Media and download the app today.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Monday, May 26, 2026. I'm Alex Brown. A St. Joseph County judge has denied South Bend Chocolate Company's request for a preliminary injunction, clearing the way for a new concessionaire at South Bend International Airport to take over June 1st. If granted, the injunction would have allowed the local chocolatier to remain at the airport pending the conclusion of a lawsuit over the selection earlier this year of South Dakota-based Skydine as the airport's new master concessionaire. South Bend Chocolate Company had operated at the airport under a concessionaire operator use and lease agreement since May 2014. That agreement, along with its extensions, expires on May 31st. Indianapolis-based Closure Systems International has acquired two beverage cap manufacturing facilities from Switzerland-based global packaging company Amcor. The addition of a 183,000 square foot plant in Erie, Pennsylvania, and a 119,000 square foot site in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, brings the total number of manufacturing facilities operated by the company to 11. Financial terms of the acquisitions were not disclosed. Westfield's bid to play a part in the FIFA Men's World Cup this summer has come up short after soccer's international governing body on Sunday released its list of official team training sites. Droplight Grand Park Sports Campus had been hoping for the opportunity to host one of the 48 national teams participating in the tournament. While several teams expressed interest in the facility, it was ultimately passed over, largely in favor of locations with closer proximity to the game host cities. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Southwest Indiana is essential to elevating Indiana's future. Explore how IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the state of Indiana are bringing a bold vision for regional growth at Innovate Southwest Indiana, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. Join Governor Mike Braun and business and community leaders in Evansville for a conversation on growth, workforce development, and innovation. We'll be at Ridgeway University Center June 9th. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate.
Union workers at a Lafayette transmission manufacturing plant have voted to authorize a strike against their Indianapolis-based employer. IIB's Aubriana Herron has more.
United Auto Workers Local 2317 voted 89% on Thursday to authorize a strike if necessary, as their contract expired with Allison Transmission on Friday. But late Friday, the union said in a blog post on the union's website that it had reached a tentative agreement with Allison Transmission. The post said the next steps are to put together a highlight package to present to membership this week. Around 400 members who make drivetrains at Allison Off-Highway voted last week. At issue in the contract were cost of living adjustments, healthcare premiums, higher wages, and 401k plans. A spokesperson for the union did not provide specifics on the union's demands. Allison Transmission completed its purchase of Fort Wayne-based Dana Incorporated's off-highway drive and motion systems business for $2.7 billion at the beginning of 2026. The company told IBJ that it was aware of statements made by the UAW and said it looked forward to successfully concluding the negotiations. Aubriana Herron, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana animal health officials are responding to 3 new detections of highly pathogenic avian influenza, or bird flu, in northern Indiana commercial egg layer operations. According to the latest update released Monday, the affected flocks include 2 operations in Elkhart County and 1 in LaGrange County. All 3 sites have been placed under quarantine as response efforts continue. The Indiana Board of Animal Health continues to oversee quarantine, surveillance, and testing efforts as part of the state's ongoing response. The former Colgate-Palmolive manufacturing campus in Clarksville could soon become one of southern Indiana's largest redevelopment projects, bringing hotels, sports facilities, restaurants, entertainment venues, and a long-discussed conference center to the city. Louisville-based Wayland Ventures plans to remodel the long-vacant industrial property into a mixed-use district called Clockworks. Barry Alberts is with Wayland Ventures.
Anytime that there is a vacant or underutilized or fabric, urban fabric that is in danger of either deteriorating, being torn down, going into disrepair, that's something we feel very strongly about, that if there is a way to not just save, but preserve the fabric of a community, that's what makes cities and towns unique and important and, in a sense, beloved.
The project is expected to generate up to $500 million in investment over the next 2 decades. Mario Andretti, Tony Kanaan, and Scott Dixon are this week's guests on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now on the IBJ Media app or your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.